Musa mai ngalo bila tinga ini sesu sesu tahu tinga ini laula yang boleh tinga ini namun sa Anggis na yang gona.
Lebu.
Ena sebagai rau ni skobi mai ni mami tio baturang itu abana. Bula. Bula binakatiyo. I think for both of us is the first time we've been here in Saqani. We want to thank you for the warm hospitality, true to the spirit of Cakaudrove. We just came back from the other village here, where we did the opening of a kindergarten. And I said to the people there that education, investment in education is one of the top priorities of our government. Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Bani Marama, has made sure that when it comes to education, no parents should worry about whether their children can complete primary school or high school or university. Some 20, 30 years ago, parents in the rural areas, they kind of knew that their children may not be able to get a place in university or complete high school. I know when I was in the village, when I used to see these children of school teachers, I knew 100% they will go to university. And I knew that us would be very difficult, near impossible. Because we were farmers' children, and our parents didn't have that kind of money to pay for accommodation, pay for tuition fee in the university. But today that worry is gone. The government has removed that worry. Why? Because this government realizes that it's everyone's dream to have a better future for their children. It should not be the domain of the rich and elite only. That permanent secretaries, ministers, accountants, doctors, only their children can go to university, whereas the farmers' children, the laborers' children will remain laborer and farmer. Therefore, perpetuating intergenerational inequality and poverty. It's a recipe. Those kind of policies were a recipe for intergenerational inequality and poverty. With a stroke of the pen, Honorable Prime Minister has made education free and accessible, and also has established a new national university. I can recall when I was a lecturer at USP, there was so much demand for university space that students were turned back. The children who wanted to do accounting, we said, no, you can't because there's no space, go and do management. A lot of students will end up doing management, but they really wanted to become accountants. And when the Fiji First government came in, they amalgamated all the national institutions into our own national university, so that government's agenda on education is not compromised just because you have a regional university which may not toe the line of our agenda. And this is the largest university in the Pacific, entire Pacific. Fiji National University is the largest university in the entire Pacific region in terms of number of students, in terms of number of programs. You name it, law, medicine, everything is offered by Fiji National University. So ladies and gentlemen, this government our government, your government, is investing in education to ensure that our future Fiji is secured. Your children has a better future. And in this journey, you also play a very important role, parents, guardians, in motivating your children, giving them the right spiritual education, right values and virtues education. Very important, very critical. You cannot dump everything to the school system thinking that the school teacher will teach everything to your child. It's happening. It's happening. You have to play a very important role. Parental education, parental engagement, home education, there's no substitute to it. You need to play a very important role. This inequality that used to exist before of rural, maritime population not able to get to formal sector because they don't have formal education, tertiary qualification, that inequality is now being removed. I know some time back when we used to have FAB scholarship, Fijian Affairs Board scholarship. The last 2 years, that $10 million was not exhausted. There were no takers, very few. Money was left behind. The $10 million was not taken up by Itokai students going to USP. That time USP was there. Why? Because we didn't have that number of Itokai students finishing high school. So while the previous government allocated $10 million for scholarship for Itokai children, they didn't bother that, look, the students are struggling to complete primary and secondary school because they can't pay fees. So we do not have enough children coming out to pick up the FIB scholarship. Go and look at the data. Prior to TELS, the FIB scholarship, $10 million was not finished. They didn't realize that, look, hey, parents in the rural interior are struggling to send their children to primary school to pay fees and textbooks and stationery. Parents are struggling to send them to high school. So how can you allocate $10 million there when the children are not finishing high school to go to university? All those are taken care of now. This government wants communities in the rural area, in the interior, along in the maritime zone. We want them to be part of the growth and development process. We want to grow together. If we don't do that, if we only allow the urban elite to grow, then what will happen is that wealth will be accumulated there, and when wealth is accumulated in the core, in the center, then redistribution doesn't take place because people are not involved in the periphery, then inequality will be there. The inequality will perpetuate. So it is very important that we involve people in the rural area in the growth process. The question is, how do we involve them? We need to take government resources to the interior and develop the basic public infrastructure so that they can engage in productive activity, whether it's agriculture, whether it's tourism, whether it's fisheries, whether it's forestry. Fisheries, we need to establish ice plants, coolers, provide them with boat-in engine, give them the support so they can harness resources from our EEZ. Forestry, you have seen Honorable Nengamu coming around, promoting forestry activities so that we have the environment, maintain it, also utilize it for our own existence. In agriculture, what matters to you, farm roads, drainage, and market, all of these three, we will provide it to you. We will do all your farm roads. We'll do all your drainage. We'll get market to you. We've got Agro Marketing Authority here, rep here with us. Wait, Naka. He's right at the back. We'll buy all your cassava. We'll buy all your ingona. Buy all your dalo. All your yam. All your duruka. All your bongo chilies. We'll get market here. You don't have to worry about, if you spend so much amount of time, 6 months of work on a cassava plant, patch, and then you're worried whether I can sell all. We will buy all. The cassava price at the moment is 60 cents a kg. Dalo is about 250 a kg. We will buy all. Get your land under production. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying is that you are always on our mind. No. Our Prime Minister, always. Because we want you to have a decent livelihood. By doing your road, by doing your farm road, by organizing water, by organizing electricity, solar, health facilities, educational accessibility, your livelihood will improve. You'll feel good. You'll then engage more in economic activity. So today it's a pleasure to be here to do the opening of the homestay. This is the women's project, and I'm sure my colleague Honorable Meresini Vuniwanga will be very happy to hear about this. I'm going to private her some photos. She's in Lambasa today. I want to thank you. I want to tell you that this is not the end. This is not the end, but we want to see a response in your enthusiasm, your passion, your commitment to actually utilize the natural resources that you have to its full capacity. But at the same time, ensuring that we don't compromise our environment. We need to ensure that we protect our environment for our children, for the future of Fiji. We are blessed with this natural environment, but at the same time we have a responsibility, an obligation to protect the environment for future generations. The way our forefathers left the environment and natural resources for us, we should do the same for our children and future generations. So I want to thank the members of the Vanua here for the hospitality, traditional welcome, and I want to assure you, on behalf of our government, on behalf of our Honorable Prime Minister, that you are not forgotten and you will never be forgotten. You may be out of sight, but you're not out of mind. We are here. We'll come again. This is the first time, but it won't be the last time. Thank you. Naka. So there's no power here?
Yes. Yes.
So the fridge is not going to work?
Thank you, sir. I'm Makarita Naling. God knows how happy we are today and experiencing this, witnessing the project being opened and having this big, wonderful team from the ministry, from the government. Is such a delightful thing for us, especially the Senidilo Women's Club. We have about 28 women in our group, and mostly the women of the village.